It's not that serious, bro. It's not that serious. Hey, yo, what's up, Investor Z? And congratulations about that. I have yet to put on a trade this morning, but man, what a drop on gold, man. What a freaking drop from last night, man. What a freaking drop. I mean, we talked about the expansion last night. It's we talked about this exact expansion last night. Okay. But we do have FOMC later on today, so I'm pretty sure we're gonna get that FOMC price action. Probably a lot of volatility in the open or in the beginning, and it's gonna probably chop until. But did you catch it on gold or did you get it on Nasdaq, Investor Z? Uh, rally, base, rally. I'm not gonna add more data to this, but I'm gonna assume that this was a rally, base, drop, sweep underneath the liquidity underneath that range, and then rally. And they have another rally, base rally on the Nasdaq. On the Nasdaq, okay. Yeah, that's how you're supposed to do it, man. That's how you're supposed to do it. You know, last night or this morning, I just had this revelation last night, you know. We try so hard to be perfect on these charts, but how do I say this without it sounding too crazy? We try to be so perfect on these charts, but it feels like that's not the point. I mean, of course, the goal is to come and get in front of our charts every day and make money. But I feel like people forget, or and let me just use me as an example, because I mean, I can only speak for myself. For me, the way that I'm coming to understand what we're doing every day is that we're learning more about ourselves, because you kind of have to be, you got to have the correct mindset. You have to have emotional management, and you have to admit when you're wrong or accept when you're wrong, and celebrate when you're right. And you're getting paid for those behaviors versus coming into the market and just skipping the work and going straight to the reward. If that makes sense. I think that's pretty clear. It's like, instead of doing the work, what a lot of traders do is skip to the reward and just get the payment, and it just feels unfulfilling because you're not working for it. I feel like that's like, for whatever reason, that thought came to me last night and I was just thinking about it. And I was like, there's a lot of trades that I don't take because I don't want to be wrong, or I don't feel comfortable taking it, or for whatever reason that I don't take it, right? And then it just ends up working. Like last night, I mean, we got that drop on gold, just how crazy it is. You know that when you say that when you don't know when you're at the top, when you just don't know. Well, I guess we wasn't really at the top though, but still. Uh, I pulled this order right here. Let me see if this order would have worked. Actually, no, I would have got stopped out. It would have came back and stopped me out. Never mind. But I mean, for the most part, I mean, it still kind of worked out. It was still a good trade. It was just a 10-point trade, and it just crashed out, and then it would have hit my target. But just like what Miss Fritzl says on the Magic School Bus, get messy, make mistakes, take chances, and make mistakes. I feel like that's the point of this. Because if you just start winning, like every trade you take, you just start winning, and there's no meaning behind it, no work behind it. Yeah, it's just an empty feeling for me. So I do have several accounts that I'm not trading, and I'm moving to the mindset of not trying to be absolutely perfect, but work on my execution. Like even regardless of how I feel about something, if I see my setup, I'm not going to try to be cute with it. I'm just going to get in because yesterday. So yeah, yesterday at the open. So let me tell you about this trade that I was looking at, and I'm gonna tell you exactly what my internal voice said to me, and I'm gonna show you what the outcome was. So yesterday, I was looking for an entry around 15, I think 14.9. Yeah, I think it was 15.3. Yeah, I was looking for 15.6. It was either 15.6 or 15.3. We're just gonna go with 15.3, right? Because I'm not necessarily, I forgot which. I just know it was in the 15. So let's just do 15.3. And obviously the market did not hit that entry until the start of the next session. Do you know what I told myself? I was like, well, that was yesterday's session. Of course, this session is not going to work. And even though I felt that way, even though that voice in my head was so convincing, this trade that I literally waited the entire session to get filled, fills the next session. I was in drawdown about 3 points. And this is what it does. This is what it does. And the crazy thing is that I believed it. Or not necessarily believed it, but I accepted it. It was like, yeah, you're right. That was yesterday's price action. I was looking for this area because obviously if you look to the left, there's a range right here. But for whatever reason, my mind was like, well, this entry isn't good enough anymore. It could go higher. But no, it didn't. I would have got filled, 3 points in drawdown, target filled. So I'm kind of tired of that, man. So I'm just going to take chances, man. If I see my setup, I'm taking it. I don't care if it's 10 days from the last time I saw it and price is just coming back to it. I'm just going to take the setup, and I'm just going to document what happens instead of trying to be perfect with it, because honestly, sometimes being perfect is just not that fun. All right, so I'm taking this trade right here. This is my setup. This is the breakaway. This is the pullback. So I'm going to take this trade right here. Damn, what happened, Tony? What happened? Are you using Top Step? Okay. All right, so we're in this. We're in this. Okay. Okay. Well. Yeah. Nice one, gold. Nice one. Nice one. Nice. Okay. Well, I guess sometimes gold is gonna do stupid shit like that, man. Okay. All right. All right. Mm, mm. Damn. Okay. Mm. Wow. Target filled. Mm. Wow. Hey, yo, what's up, Cave Trader? What's up? Yeah, I think so too. All right. Yeah, I think so too, Ruckit. Um, man, that's just that's disappointing, gold. That's disappointing. That's just so disappointing. Mm. All right. That is just so disappointing. Yeah, we got the Qs and we got Tesla breaking out to the upside. Man, that was wow. Mm. Well, I guess it doesn't matter. Yeah, that's someone. Uh, wait. Mm. Mm. As long as we can get above this, I should be good. As long as we can get above that. We do got kind of a trap high right here too. So I think if the market can get past this and we can get past this high, I can get my target filled here. Hold on, give me a second. Did you find the remote? All right, if we can kind of get above this trap high, then we should be good. This target should be good. If we can get above this trap high right here. Okay. Okay. That's what I like to see right there. That's what I like to see right there. Nice. How does this thing know? How does it know? How does it know? How does it know? How does it know, man? How does it know? How does it know? Literally one tick, guys. One tick. One tick. How did it know? How did it know? One tick. We got 3 more minutes until the 9 o'clock algo. Okay. All right. So that was my funded account. That first trade that I took in gold, man, I don't know where this came from, but it robbed me of my winning trade. I'm glad that I took this one. Almost didn't take it, almost, but um, just staying true to what I said earlier at the start of the stream. If I see my setup, I'm just gonna take it, man. I'm not even gonna think about it. I'm gonna see my setup. I meant to actually push this a little bit higher to get a little bit more money out of it, but I got $700 out of this, so I mean, there's really nothing to complain about here. Great trade, great trade. It just sucks that that first trade didn't work out the way that I wanted it to, but I guess that happens, right? All right, so I'm done in that account because I'm not trading in my other account until that payout clears. So I'm not even going to trade in that account. Actually, what I should do is actually just lock it just in case some ghost order comes out of freaking nowhere. Okay, so I've already locked it out. Okay, cool. All right, so I mean that was a good trade on gold, man. Really great trade on gold. Let's see if we can find another trade, get another setup in gold here, and man, let's look at the Nasdaq real quick. It's gonna probably take me a while before gold resets itself up for a good trade. So go Nasdaq. Yeah. Nasdaq. Well, this is what I will say. Even though we're seeing this bearishness, is not bearish yet. It's taking out minor lows. These are, I mean, this is the major low down here. This is the low that breaks structure to the upside. So currently, this is the current trading range right here. So I wouldn't be surprised that this probably bounced at the 50%. What y'all guys think? I wouldn't even be surprised. Yeah. So right now, price is still in premium right now. So I mean, the sells, I mean, if it does kind of come back into this area, sells, I guess they should work in theory. But I mean, if you're buying up here, you're in premium right now, and that lowers the chance that any long position could work because you're in premium right now. Obviously, underneath this 50% will be discount. So we could probably see another leg down here, but as long as this low is intact and it doesn't break and hold underneath that low, it is not bearish. It is still bullish. Still bullish. I may have already said this, but today's going to be the last FOMC meeting that Powell is going to conduct. I find it very interesting that on Powell's last FOMC meeting day, that Nasdaq, gold, ES, we're seeing this big dump. Now, last night, we talked about how gold looked on the 4-hour, and that it was highly likely that we was going to see an expansion from that range on the 4-hour, either to the up or downside. Obviously, the downside expansion was more probable, but the market was consolidating in this range for 2 sessions. We had the long-term EMA above price. We have the short-term EMA and the medium-term EMA above price. So it was highly likely to see the expansion to the downside. And boy, did we get that expansion running all the liquidity underneath this low. But it does appear like on the 4-hour, actually, let me just turn this off because that's kind of annoying. Anyway, okay. So on the 4 hour, we have price sweeping the liquidity underneath that low on the 4 hour. And now we're starting to see the market try to make a recovery, potentially targeting 970 on gold. Because that's the only way, that's the only place where price can go at this point on gold. So now let's look at that. So ES. Hey, what's up, Alfred? What's up? So the story that ES is telling me, I mean, it's kind of the same thing. We got that bounce from the 4 hour low. It bounced up, came back down. Yeah. ES does look undecided. It does. It's still, it does look undecided, man. This price action is horrible. But here's the one thing that I do know to be true about the ES. That long-term EMA means something on the ES always. It's as long as that long-term EMA is above price on the ES, as soon as price touches this, we're going to see the rejection. People live by this 200 EMA, especially on the ES. Every indicator is specifically built for the ES. So if you have an indicator that's telling you something on the ES, 9 times out of 10, it's absolutely right. But here's what I do also see though. On the 4 hour, we have the 21 EMA. We have price holding up on the 21 EMA, but it does look bearish though. We got to break a structure. It does look bearish. But the bulls are holding the 21 EMA. So if they can get back above the 50, then the 200 EMA is the final boss. And you know what, gang? Wait, that's so interesting that you said something, man. That is just so interesting that you said something, gang. Wait, last night I was like, huh, where the hell is gang? Wait, I just randomly thought about that. I was like, because I remember the last time you said that you was bringing well, you're not bringing a child into the world, but your wife is bringing a child into the world. And I was wondering, I was like, huh, I wonder if he's focusing more on that than on the charts. How's everything going though, gain weight? This is blue and email. Shit, it looks like it. A bit of both. Yeah, I figured as much, man. I figured it. I figured. Yeah, I figured. I still got to kind of deal with that myself. So I got to juggle. I'm just glad that I work from home. Everything is, I can do everything because I work from home. I can come on stream with you guys twice a day. And I can get my stuff done. I mean, we do have a set schedule, but it's so flexible. I mean, I can work on my work at any point in time, but you know, obviously I have a time-based schedule for myself, so I get things done within that time frame. And then I got to deal with 2 young little girls. and their emotions and their emotional fires and their mother. So it is definitely a lot to juggle. It definitely is. That's why when y'all guys see me get up, it's just one of my daughters are crying about something. Something. It's like, dude, what are you crying about? It's an emotional fire, Daddy. It's an emotional fire. Anyway. But well, don't you want? Well, I mean, I would recommend waiting until FOMC, Alfred. You know the price action is going to be horrible. Let's go at the hourly on the ES. All right, so yeah, I mean the ES is definitely still bearish. It's still bearish. Let me go to the 15-minute. But here's the one thing that I do notice. We got the break of structure and we got a retest of that. I mean, not necessarily a clean retest, but we got the retest of that low. Or at least it could be considered a retest of that low. So if the market comes back down and takes out that low, we're flushing. We're definitely flushing. There's no doubt about that. That means we're going lower. And then if I bring your attention over, let's look at SPY actually. Let's look at SPY. Yeah, I mean, yeah, SPY is definitely bearish. So, I mean, it looks like it's rejecting off of this gamma level right here. The next gamma level is at 665. I'm surprised that it didn't do 666. I'm surprised. But the biggest gamma level is at 665. So I do expect I do expect more downside until we at least hit this gamma level right here. I do expect that. I wouldn't go, I mean, me personally, I wouldn't take a long. You say he was gasping for air. Yeah, I was looking at the Nasdaq this morning too. I considered taking a long position at a retest of like maybe like yesterday's value area high or this range right here, somewhere in this area, or maybe this range. I was considering it. And then I was like, you know what, let me just see what it does, because this is an NQ after all. And sure enough, I'm glad that I skipped that trade, because it would have just been a losing trade, because they just straight, I mean, they tried to buy it. And they tried to buy it, okay, so they tried to buy it here, and they tried to buy it, where's that other one? Try to buy it here. Oh yeah, and then they tried to buy it at the top of this range. And obviously both attempts failed. Yeah, I mean, shit, yeah, that's what the market does. Shit, that's how I'm seeing it. I like that story better. I like that story. The market is crying because this is Powell's his last FOMC meeting. So all the markets are crying right now. And I mean, it does make sense, because Powell's the devil that we know. And I'm going to be completely honest. I do want to say this before I say that, though. I don't have any political affiliation. I don't look to the left or the right for my decision making. I stay in the middle, and I try to be as unbiased as possible. And I did not have an opinion on Trump at all, but now I kind of have an opinion, and I'll be completely honest, is that I'm not a 100%. Well, that would suggest that I didn't have it before. I was unbiased, but now I just don't. I'm not 100% confident in Trump's ability right now, based on his actions. Now, I understand what he wanted to do, but obviously what he wanted to do is not coming to fruition, and is costing us, and his unwillingness to just say that he was wrong and that, you know, things didn't go as planned. Because I mean, I understand that you have to show strength. I get that. But there's a difference between showing strength in battle or just showing strength and saying, you know what, we was wrong. We was wrong, because now they underestimated Iran's capabilities to fight back. And what that also suggests is that they thought they were so big that they can bully them. And we all know how we handle bullies. You punch a bully one good time in their face and they stop messing with you. They was all gassed up on what they did in Venezuela, and they thought they was going to do the same thing to Iran, and they found out. And now the economy is, or at least the global economy right now, is undecided about how it wants to move forward because of the demands that are being made with the oil and the rumors of it being $200 a barrel. Like, energy is the foundation of everything. Without energy, everything else collapses. The petrodollar, if without the petrodollar, the United States economy collapsed overnight. We're in so much debt. The only thing that's holding us up is that petrodollar. And if we lose that, anybody here in the United States, they literally Great Depression 2.0. And so there is a little bit of concern there for me now. There's a little concern. I'll say that. There's definitely a little concern. And with that Simpsons prediction, it's almost there. I mean, it's literally the start. The Simpsons predicted about a global collapse under Trump, and we're seeing the beginning stages of that. Hopefully that doesn't come true. But if Trump was wrong, he needs to say that, you know, he was wrong. Show strength in admitting that you're wrong. It's okay. People make mistakes. You didn't think that they was going to fight back the way that they did. You made a mistake. Just say, you know what? We're going to withdraw our forces. We're going to try to go to the negotiating table, apologize, or whatever they need to do, and move forward. But I just know that that's highly unlikely to happen. So now that we're going to get this new Fed chair, and this Fed chair is expected to cut rates, that's scary. That's scary. Because that means that if he's cutting rates, that means inflation is going to come roaring back. And on top of the inflation, we're going to have these high gas prices, these high energy prices on top of that. And so that's very concerning. So hopefully, we'll see. What I would suggest is just to prepare yourself for anything, man. Just now is not really a time to not manage your assets, your finances, your wealth. This is really not that time, because we don't know what the heck can happen. We just don't know. And the talk about killing the dollar and going to a digital currency, I mean, stuff like that only happens after a collapse. So let's just hope it doesn't get to that point. No, not necessarily back out and apologize. Yeah, no, apologize to to us for putting us in a situation where our way of life can change overnight. I mean, the United States is a third world country with pretty pain on it. We're in so much debt, man. In so much debt. Trillions of dollars in debt. But I think, I do think that they just need to say, you know what? And the other option is to not, what's the word? Because we don't want to admit defeat, but we just need to admit when we're wrong. We didn't think they was going to punch us back in the face when we pushed them around. We didn't expect that. So we didn't expect that. And I get it. And if he were to do that, then they get a win. No one's allowed to win except Trump. I get it. I get it. No one's not allowed to win except us. But I mean, I guess it is what it is, right? It's kind of like one of those situations where, kind of like with me, because that's kind of how I'm thinking about it. I mean, if it's me, then I don't. I mean, I'll accept everything. But if it affects my family, then obviously I'll swallow my pride and be like, okay. Kind of like when I'm in a position and price misses my target and it's coming to my stop. I was profitable and then a green trade turned red, and my unwillingness to close that position or at least take partial profits. That's how I'm seeing this situation. That's how I'm seeing it. You just rather, instead of just taking partial profits, you're just going to let everything collapse and get destroyed because it didn't go your way. That's how I see this. It's my opinion. I mean, obviously everybody else will have their own opinion, but that's just how I see it. You're just unwilling to take partials because it didn't hit your target. Okay. Mm. Yeah, that's just definitely going to keep going down. I wouldn't. Well, mm, we got about 9 more minutes until the. We have 9 more minutes until the initial balance range is complete on gold. The initial balance is also going to be completed on the Nasdaq. Hmm. Hmm. I mean, I guess it is what it is. As long as I. Nah, that's not what I want. That's actually. I would also agree with that, gain weight. I would also agree. Honestly, at this point, I really don't understand why investors believe anything that politicians say. I honestly don't believe it. Because we all know, I mean, the job of a politician is to manage emotions. And they're really good at speaking sideways truths, using words that have multiple meanings to where if something doesn't go their way, they can always go back and say, I want you to focus on this particular word that I said, that it could be possibly that this could happen, or it's likely that something can happen, using words that they can kind of branch off. I mean, at this point, but I do understand that the markets were being held up because Trump stated that the war was going to be over, I believe, in a week or whatever he said. So I do understand that aspect. I get it. But, oh shit. Hmm. Hmm. Yes. I'm looking for a bounce at 58. I'm looking for a bounce at 58 right here. You said NQ is free falling? Yeah. There she goes. She broke that low. And we still got 5 more minutes until the initial balance. Look at that, dude. Your body is your temple. I mean, your body literally is a temple for your consciousness. It literally is a temple. Literally. Okay. $7.85. Let's see what the market does at $7.85 on. $7.85. Let's see. I'm not taking this trade though. Okay. There you go. $7.85. That's why I didn't jump into you know what, Alfred? It's funny that you said that because I actually had that happen this morning. I come to my chart, I see gold free falling, and I'm like, man, I want to get in. As soon as I said that to myself, gold does this right here. Dude, as soon as I said it, man, it bounces up. And I'm just so glad I didn't get into it actually. I was like, dude, just wait for a setup. But I was like, man, look at all these free points, man. It's just free falling. And then I was like, okay, if it keeps going down, I'll get in. And as soon as I said that to myself, it pops right back up. And I was like, you know what? Yeah, fine. But I don't like, dude, why is that so perfect? Why is that so perfect? Why is it when the market is going in one direction, we get in with momentum to the downside, when there's a lot of momentum to the downside or to the upside, we get in. And as soon as we get in, everybody gets out and then it goes against us. Why is that so consistent? But if you fight against the trend, the market doesn't want to work when you fight against the trend. Got AI listening. Bogdanov, it's happening. He's trying to go short. It's happening. Dude, we will never forget. We will never forget. We will never forget what happened that time when our boy Smith was short, or he was underwater in his position, and it was going to his target. And then we said, fine, I'm getting out of my position. I'm going full port, and I'm putting my stop at wherever his target was, plus 10 or some shit like that. And it was like, NQ ain't going, I'm going full port. NQ ain't going to ever come back to my stop. And NQ literally stops what she was doing, because she was going down. She literally stopped, reversed, went above Smith's break even, hit his target without knowing it. And the level that we said that we had our stop, the NQ not only came back to the area, she wiped it. She's like, da-da-da-da-da, wiped it, and then continued going down. That was the most insane thing that I've ever seen the market do. Insane. She made sure she wiped the level that we said we had our stop after saying that we went full port. That type of stuff that you just can't make up, man. You just can't make it up. It's like when you see it happen, it's like, okay, we know now. We know that you did that shit intentionally. We know. Hell yeah, dude. That's so insane, man. Insane, man. Like, dude, she literally was doing this. No reason for her to come back up. And yeah, we was talking that good shit about NQ. She was like, oh, okay. I can't do what? She stopped what she was doing, popped right back up, swiped that level, and then crashed right back down. After she thought she took out a position. After she thought she took it out. My God, man. That's why you gotta talk to her. That's why you gotta be sweet to her sometimes. Like, hey, baby, please. Please, don't do it. Please. Please. Yeah, I mean, shit. Like, who the fuck you think you're talking to? Oh, man. I guess NQ knew that I wanted to get in at that level, so she's deciding to bounce. But like I said, until it breaks down this low right here, I mean, she did take out these minor lows though. These minor lows she did take out. I mean, she just only took out that range, but this is still the major swing. So as long as price stays above 730, we should be good. Alfred said, keep short in the NQ. Man, I don't know, man. I don't know. This could be a temporary pop unless you're talking shit to the NQ and Yeah. I mean, it is bouncing, man. It is. Well, I'm not talking to you, Alfred. I mean, we are seeing a bounce. We are seeing a bounce, but I'm still looking at that gamma level over here. So it's both on the Nasdaq, or it's both on SPY and on the Qs. Let me see if it actually touched that gamma level on the Qs. Because I'm not. Oh wow, so we already touched that. Actually no, we didn't. Or hold on, where's that? Wasn't there a gamma level at 650? There was a gamma level at 665. Did we already hit that? Oh, never mind. I was thinking. Okay, never mind. That was on SPY. Oh, okay, never mind. So 595 is the next gamma level for the Qs. It is holding up at this gamma level at 595, 599 though. We are seeing a hold. I guess we'll see. All right, well. Oh, shit, I didn't. Oh, wow. I didn't even know it got that close. Oh, wow. I didn't know. Hmm. What's up, gang? Uh, damn. 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 Damn it. Hmm. Damn it. Yeah, I think this thing's gonna push higher. Well, shit, I know better than the chase gold. I know better than the chase gold because every point matters, just like the ES. Every tick point matters. Your entry your entry is literally the determining factor if you're going to get your target or stop filled, depending on how big your target is. I guess I should say that first. If you're going for more than 10 points, you need to kind of have a damn near perfect entry or closest to supply or demand as possible. Looks like it's consolidating right now. Man, this hourly chart on gold is making this long look real dangerous. It's making it look really dangerous. Really dangerous. Oh shit. Gold, all I asked was for you to fill my limit. That's it. That's all I asked. And then hit my target. All right, so I mean if it does push higher here, it does push higher. You do see a push higher. I mean, I don't have a short setup. I mean, technically, this leg did break structure here, but this is still a minor. This is still a minor leg. This is the major low. This is a minor low. It just broke structure of a minor low. But I mean, I guess technically, this leg did take out this high. Technically. I would prefer to go long here before I push back up into resistance versus trying to find a short. Now that's the trade I would prefer to take. He ran to short. Just be careful, Alfred. Just be careful. I'm not saying that the shorts ain't gonna work, but we are at support on the Nasdaq. So the bears are gonna have to break that. in order to be successful. We are at this area of support at the origin of this breaker structure to the upside, actually. So just be careful. Don't get, I mean, if it pushes away from you, just don't be too stubborn. This is support right there. This is where it broke structure to the upside, and then it continued to break structure to the upside. And this could be considered a two-legged pullback into this area of support. So just don't be too stubborn. Ah, damn it. All right, man. Nice one, gold. Nice. All right. All right. You say you got a TP at 700? You got a TP at 700? Well. Yeah, go ahead and fill that target, baby. Go ahead and fill it after missing me by like a point. Go ahead. I mean, I've really gotta find out, like, why the hell am I, like, what's up with my entries, man? It just seems like it's just off. It's just off. What's up with that? 86. Well, if I pull that order, it doesn't mean that I won't, that it won't come back and, you know, fill the order or anything. It doesn't mean that, but it just sucks that it could have filled the order, and, you know, I could be in TP land right now. All right, target filled. All right, well, okay. I mean, that's the move I was looking for. I don't expect the market to come all the way back down and then come all the way back up. So I'm going to pull this order. And I guess I just have to look for the short. I have to look for the short then. Which, you know, I mean, stuff like that just kind of sucks, you know? Just kind of sucks. Okay. So now I kind of have to hope for the shorts to work here. So you took the scalp? Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's gonna be it's kind of dangerous to short in this area, to start a position in this area. It's kind of dangerous because the bears are gonna have to break through all that support. That's why I'm not saying that it's not gonna work, because this is the Nasdaq. That type of shit won't work on gold. I can completely say that with confidence. But with the Nasdaq, it's always like at least 50-50 chance that the Nasdaq will just do something random and it'll break through it. I mean, it's the Nasdaq. It is the Nasdaq, but we are in support, so we have to respect the bulls until the bears breaks that low. We have to respect them, because they could just pop out of nowhere, and we know that bears are used to literally fuel every bullish move in this market at this point. I mean, we all know that the bulls control this market Every time we see a drop is when the bulls are selling themselves out of the position. And when we see the move comes up, it's the bears buying. Well, I guess let me be very clear. The bears are getting stopped out of their positions and they have to buy themselves out. And the buyers are selling themselves and taking profits and not buying the dip. So it's really the buyers that are really controlling this market. Well, I'm playing ping pong with damn gold right now. So I would have got my target filled right here, which kind of sucks. But uh, earlier this morning I was talking to myself in terms of, what would I do? Like, what if the market actually stabilizes again and gold slows all the way back down? And then I told myself that I would just go back to trading minis. It's very interesting how we naturally generate these horror stories when we're close to peace and tranquility and success. For 10 years, 20 years, however long a trader can be unprofitable, we didn't have these thoughts of, what if the market changes? What if this? What if that? We're trying to figure this shit out, and the market continues to do the same thing over and over and over and over and over. And then once we finally find success, then all of a sudden all these horror stories start to pop up like, what if it changes? Now that I figured it out, what if it changes? Blah, 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 blah. And I had that this morning because, gold is just so straightforward to trade. There's really no reason why, if I should take 10 trades, I'm not winning at least 8 of them. It's straightforward. The trade that I lost this morning, it just kind of just went against me, but it still went in the direction that I thought it was going to go. So, stuff like that is going to happen where the market just kind of, for whatever reason, continues to go past support or resistance, swipes liquidity, and then drops. But, I should be winning 8 out of 10 of my trades with gold. And a good thing about gold is that I can actually talk about the price action and the structure. And I don't have to worry about the stupid randomness. And if gold does slow down, if the world finds stability, which is probably unlikely, but if it does, then I can trade, maybe 1 or 2 minis on gold, like we used to before gold started going crazy. Go for a 9 or 10 point target. Whew. And make our money that way. But yeah, I'm looking at the Nasdaq right now, and that range right there is dangerous. That's a nasty range right there that the Nasdaq has going on. Nasty range. Honestly, I can probably get in right here on gold. It'll probably take out this low right here on gold, but I would have to actually, you know what? Let's just practice that. Let me just practice that. I'm gonna practice this. Actually, no. Switch to the practice account. All right, so let's see. I'm in the practice account on Top Step, so these are not trades that I wouldn't normally take. I'm just practicing, passing the time until a setup presents itself, and then we can actually take a good trade. But I'm not going to give it this much of risk. I'm going to probably be like 36. A 36.6 of risk. Probably targeting, that low or something like right there. Does it mean gold could potentially pop back up? It could, but okay. Fogged enough. It's happening. Oh, you've locked yourself out of your account until FOMC? That's probably the best. That's probably the best decision right there, Alfred. I think the market has already made its. Let's look at the odds. Let's look at the odds. Let's look at the odds. On the Fed Watch tool. Fed Watch. Ooh. CME Fed Watch tool. All right, so the FOMC is going to be in the next 3 hours. Actually, hold on, let me make sure. I wasn't like no drive-by download or some shit like that. Make sure that nothing just got downloaded in the background. Okay. Wow. So the market actually believes that there could be a possibility that we can see a 25 basis point increase. Only 1% believes this, but it's interesting that 1.1% believes that in the first place. Do we believe that Powell will increase rates by 25 basis points? That would be petty. Shit, if it's, like on your last day of school, everybody fights and they do whatever because they believe that they won't get in trouble and that they can do whatever they want on the last day of school. Remember that? I wonder if Powell's going to do the same thing. Say, it's my last day of school, man. Let's raise some rates. Now, the last CPI print, what's very important about that last print is that it came in at 2.4%. It's only 0.4% away from the Fed's actual, their target. So that's probably going to be seen as a really good achievement for Powell, because wasn't I think it was at 12 at one point, I think. Don't quote. Actually, let me see. And they actually got it down to 2.4. and the Fed's goal is at 2%. So that's a really good achievement for Powell. Uh, all right, so yeah, it said the highest was at 9.1%. God damn, gold. Damn, gold. Yeah, so it said it was at 9.1 and we got it down to 2.4. So, that's pretty good. Because we got such a good CPI print, there's no reason for Powell to cut rates. At most he'll keep it at the current rate. And I guess there is always going to be a small possibility that he'll increase it by 25 basis points just to get across that finish line. I mean, wouldn't you do it? So we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I mean, knowing Powell, he probably won't do it, but you just never know. All right. Oh, so okay. So this is why we have to make sure that we understand where we are on the charts. Just this leg doesn't mean that we're going to be bullish, but we were at support, and so we always got to respect the fact that we're in support, and that we shouldn't be shorting into demand because we'll become liquidity real quick. So everybody that was short in this range we're now wishing that they weren't. So always got to be mindful about where we are on the charts. Well, I think that's what I was using. I mean, this one obviously, so the initial balance supersedes that. PPOS and now realize that you want us to get them. This will ring at me and no one now will make this better. Dude, I'm surprised you haven't just you want more money than that, Alfred? That is a pretty good day. Okay. And that's to see my style unique. Got you feeling, brother. Yeah, gold is not giving me a break today whatsoever. She's not giving me my dopamine fix whatsoever. Fill my damn limit orders, gold, and then hit my target. Because that's going to be. I mean, until it breaks out of that. Well, that's the correct trader range right there. All right, well, that's another one. Mm. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. You had to close the trade. It was in that 24,830. Damn, that was a good try. Why you just didn't turn the screen off? Switch the screen. You gotta be prepared for that, man. You gotta switch the screen over. Dang, what are you doing? All up in my personal space like that? It's Apex. Oh no, do you got the trailing drawdown account or do you have the end of day account? I mean, well, I guess you got out on a profitable trade. Oh no, he was up 100 points though. That's damn near 100 points. Yeah, that was a good trade. Or actually, where did you close out at? Still, that was a good trade, man. That was close to the bottom. That was a really good trade. So I wonder if the Nasdaq is going to be nice to me here, or not the Nasdaq. Baby, I wasn't talking about you. I didn't mean to call you the Nasdaq. But I wonder if gold is going to be nice to me here. But if not, and gold just plays too much sometimes. So I mean, I don't even want to take a trade like that. The Asia Open. That shit crazy. Would have been one of those situations where it just didn't work out. Unfortunately, it just didn't work out that time. Yeah, I mean, no matter how you yeah, just want to be one of those situations where it's like, well, damn. I mean, you tried your best, it just didn't work out. But I mean, at least the price action has been decent today. It could have been completely worse. Could have been worse. No, I'm gonna hold this position. I'm gonna hold it. Honestly, Rootkit, I'm not surprised by that. I've been seeing a lot of people talk about issues with Tradeovate lately. As much as I respect NinjaTrader 8 as a platform, ever since they acquired, well, actually, did y'all know that NinjaTrader 8 got acquired by I forgot, Kraken? Kraken acquired NinjaTrader 8, and NinjaTrader 8 acquired Tradeovate. Yep, it's a crypto platform, Kraken. Yeah. And looks like Kraken is cracking NinjaTrader 8. Heard of it. I mean, it seems like this same song and dance continues to happen. You get a group of dedicated developers. They build a powerful platform. They sell that platform or it gets acquired somehow. The new owners fire the original team. And then the platform just goes downhill from there. I mean, I guess it makes sense. I mean, the original team is probably being paid high six figures because they're building the platform. But once the platform is stable and you don't necessarily need to pay those high, you just need somebody to just maintain it. A cheaper developer, maybe a junior developer or some shit like that. A junior, a mid-level, that just to maintain things. A lower salary instead of just wasting money on well, I guess it's not necessarily a waste of money, but underutilizing. It's just cheaper just to have somebody maintain it. I mean, you don't need to build it no more. But usually that's what we see, and that's why we see these platforms just go downhill after a while. Then it also does make sense because the senior developers, I mean, they do get lazy over time. Query. All right. I mean, if you're just gonna drop, just drop, baby. Damn. But you know what? That candle on the hourly does look. It looks like we have what could be potentially an inside bar on the hourly. Let's look at that. On the hourly chart, we have potentially an inside. Well, it's going to be an inside bar. It's going to be an inside bar. So once this hourly bar forms, thing doesn't have a bar timer. Doesn't have a counter. That sucks. Okay. You said Gameway got his TP? I thought his TP was at 700. You know what, Rut Kid? This actually might take out that low. Because I'm looking at the Nasdaq right now, and it did reject at the bottom of that range. We did see a rejection at the bottom of that range. Oh shit, never mind, my bad. Oh no, that's the right. Yeah, that's the right one. We did see a rejection at the bottom of this range. If we can break 840 and then it turns around and breaks 815 or that low at around 811, yeah, we should see a continuation here. Should. But damn, look at all that green flashing on the tick strike. Looks like they're buying. They're all above 5. They're all at 8 or 9. So they're definitely buying at these levels down here. But remember, we are at support. So they are trying to buy it. They are buying. We don't know if they're going to succeed yet, though. If I bring your attention over here to the Qs, it looks like they're trying to find support at this gamma level right here. So it looks like they're trying to find support there. So, I'll probably check on that position later on today. I'll leave that position on. We'll see what happens with it. Okay. What the hell? What the hell? Nothing. My daughter. All right. Hmm. Yeah, I think we're going to probably see a squeeze to the upside. There's a lot of buying that's happening right now. It doesn't look like it though. It does not look like it. But there's a lot of buying at these lows. So I think we can probably see maybe a potential liquidity sweep, maybe a move down to 785, maybe. And I wouldn't be surprised if we see a push higher. We've got all this buying that's happening right now. What's your questions, Truly? What's your question? Hey, what's up, Yogi? We was trading gold mostly today. I had one trade this morning that kind of just overshot today, stopped me out, and then go in my direction. And then the follow-up trade, we got our target hit on that one. So we're 1 for 1. Nasdaq, we identified this area, and I think that's probably what I'm going to start doing more often on the Nasdaq, is just identifying areas, because I really don't care to trade it anymore, or at least right now. Not when it trades like this. This price action is horrible. But we identified some areas where the market could potentially bounce. This is the major low, major high. So we have to respect the bulls in demand. Until the bears take out this low, the market is bullish. Even though we're seeing bearishness in this leg, we've seen the market trend down. The market is still bullish as long as it's above this leg. So we identified this area. We're seeing the bounce. We're not seeing the follow through yet. We're not seeing the follow through. So I think we're going to probably see that whenever we get the rate decision. Don't think that we're going to see a rate cut. It's highly unlikely that Powell raises rates, but we never know until it's confirmed. So, okay. So Truly said he had 2 prop accounts, one with Top Step and the second with Lucid as well. And he understand how to trade, but during the eval, he doesn't understand the consistency rule. So basically what that consistency rule is saying that you can't have a big day. Like as an example, you can make like $10,000 on Monday and try to, okay, well, let's say it like this, in the funded side, because that's where it matters. Well, I guess never mind. We got to talk about both, because Top Step has it on the eval side as well. And the Lucid, depending on which account you get, has the consistency rule on the eval stage as well. So what that means is that if you make $10,000 on Monday, you can't sit here and pass the account just because you got lucky. The formula, let me see if I can find the formula. All right, I can ask my AI assistant what the formula is because I don't really know it offhand. I just know that if you have a 50% consistency rule and your profit target is $3,000, you have to make $1,500 in two separate trading sessions. And I think for Top Step is 50%. I think Lucid is also 50% or maybe 40. It may be 50, but I think it's 40. Let me look. Or someone can correct me. So because you made, so let's just say that but as of tomorrow, what is my profit target? So if you made $1,400 a day, so depending on if you're on the eval side and you made $1,400, tomorrow you have to make about what? Well, actually that might actually put you over. So tomorrow you can get away with making 15. You can probably get away with making 16. I do believe that they have like a $100 buffer. Yeah, so both Top Step and depending on which 50K account you got, if you got the 50K flex eval on Lucid, it's 50%. But then there's no consistency rule on the funded side. But with Top Step, they now have consistency on both sides of the trade. You got to follow a 50% consistency on the eval and now a 40% consistency on the funded side. But you can get paid out in 3 days. I think that's the trade-off. That now you just have to trade 3 days and get a payout versus the 5 days at $150 with no consistency. Yeah, so if you made $1,400 a day and you're at the start of your account, so okay. All right, so let's just say that you have a $3,000 account. Just make that a little bit. You have a $3,000 account and you have a 50% consistency rule on top of that. That means on the first trading session, you have to make 1,500. On the second, you have to make 1,500 and you can pass. You made 1,400, so you would have $1,600 left. Now, you can probably get away with making the 1,600, but like I said, don't quote me. I mean, even if you make 1,600 tomorrow to pass the eval, the worst come to shove, regardless of what you do, you still have to. So if making $1,600 goes over that buffer that they have for the 50%, you still have to trade that third day anyway. But that third day, you can probably make like $100 or something like that, and you'll be done. But if you want to keep it safe, you can just make $1,400 tomorrow and then make your $200 on your third day. So that's your options. Either make the 1,400, 1,600, see if you can get away with it, and push come to shove, you make the $100 the next day. Or you can keep it safe, make 1,400 today, 1,400 tomorrow, and on the third day, you make the $200 remaining for the balance, and then you can pass the eval. Yeah. So on the third day, so if you make $1,600 tomorrow, and because I think this is going to go over the buffer, but they have like a $100 buffer or something like that. So let's just say that you make $1,600 and it says that, oh man, you're kind of over that buffer. Worst case scenario, you just have to come back the next day and make $100. But if you do it like this, you make $1,400 today, $1,400 tomorrow, and on the third day, you just have to make the remaining $200. Then, yeah. Yeah, hopefully that helps. But in the with Top Step, they kind of tell you how much you need. So where is it at? I think it's in the dashboard. If you go like to topstep.com or something like that. Okay. Yeah, it's probably in your dashboard. I guess that does make sense. I probably have to start looking into stuff like that and truly understanding this dashboard because I don't look at it. Yeah, no problem. But all right, guys, that's going to be it for me today. I'm out of time for this session. I do appreciate everybody that joined me today. I will definitely come back tomorrow or later on tonight, and we'll definitely look for more opportunities to earn some more money. And with that said, peace.